So you guys were I'm hearing all you guys wanted the theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that, and when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So, it's shorter. There you go. CrazyCatLady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair educational for and entertainment purpose. It's like it's all they did. Well, those years ago. See? No, I don't want to do any more of it.
Alright, hi everyone, Martha here. So, picked my next Halloween movie that I did this year, and it is a horror movie this time around, not just a regular Halloween movie or one that you got scared when you were a little kid. I picked one. Well, technically this one kind of did scare me as a kid since I was young. I was when I first watched it, but okay, whatever you can say. But this one's technically a horror movie, and this is Scream 2. Now, really, this is my favorite horror franchise since I am kind of starting to get into horror movies, but usually I stay away from them. Sometimes I watch newer ones every single year, like I'm probably gonna watch Trap when it comes on HBO Max. But this one, I did watch this one when it first came out. I do think the first one's a lot better, because I think in the first one they actually do hint more on who is the bad guy, and then this one, and people always say that Mickey doesn't have that many lines. I think he does. I think he has many lines. I don't know why people think he doesn't have that many lines, but okay. And I do like the fact that Mrs. Loomis never meets Sydney, because she would know that that's Billy Loomis's mom. Well, Gail doesn't, because Gail, I guess, never paid attention or something, because she just stays with her and the camera lady. So and the camera guy who doesn't get killed this time around, because he keeps on saying, "I'm gonna leave," every time there's more killers. So let's start with who are the first people who die, which is Foreman from House and Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith's wife, who's not really being a good wife right now, but those two both die at a movie theater when they're watching Stab, which, the way I see Stab is the way I see all those other movies that are based off of real life, since in this world, Scream really happened. So it's kind of like the way I see all those movies that say it's based off a true story when it's not. Sometimes, because I don't really believe in all those horror movies that haunting movies that say that really happened, since I don't believe in that kind of stuff. But yeah. That's how I feel about them making. I think they should really not make movies like that. They say it's really happened that were really a horror, but whatever. Those people already have a hard enough time as it is, and making Sydney have a harder time as it is, because right after these two die, some weirdo calls her on the phone pretending to be one of the killers, saying, "What's your favorite scary movie?" I can't do it. Can't do the voice, but are your favorite scary movie? Then Sydney goes. We have her third death, which is basically Buffy. It's the same exact actress who plays Buffy. And nope, there's like no hint of this girl being Buffy, because she could have gone with that. They have a little film. Rainey's has a little film thing about sequels, about sequels not being very good, and you should not make another sequel. And they name some good ones like Alien. I never watched Alien, so watching the Alien movies, so I might watch those eventually on Halloween for this stuff. But yeah, they go to a sorority party, and for some reason Casey is not over there at the party. She should be over there at the party. She would not have been killed then. I think this is Mrs. Loomis that kills her here, since Mickey is at the party, so it couldn't be him. And this is technically like the first time we hear them calling on the phone. And you do see the the Scream guy the ghost face come in the house before he kills Cece in the background, and he chases her upstairs and throws her out the balcony after he stabs her. Well, and also we have like Gail and Dewey having like a fight. I guess I don't know if they dated during the. Some people say they do, but they're going like for a breakup during this movie, and he's mad at her for writing him as a dimwit, which he is not, because he's after what happens in this movie, he's my favorite character, and then he dies. So I guess Sydney is my favorite one because I don't like Gail that much, because she's still doing what she does here, where she reports before talking and giving the story a rest and getting hit by Sydney again because she does not know how to leave Sydney alone. Bringing Cotton here, the one that Sydney accused of killing her mom all those years ago. We find out that's actually Stu and Billy. Then we have Randy die. Yep, because after they do Sydney's boyfriend Derek does the song from Top Gun on the table. They kill Randy because the killer starts Gail's been like being hounded by somebody on the phone and calls again. Then they go and try to find where the phone calls come from. They really should have stayed with Randy, because if they stayed with Randy would have not died. But I don't think they would be able to keep 4 of the first people alive from the first movie. Not much anyway, but we're gonna miss you, Randy, and you giving us the rules on like how to survive these movies, or what the rules are. So we're gonna miss you. But everybody else has to try to copy you after this movie and do the same thing. But you're the one that does it good. And then after this, we have after he dies, being killed in broad daylight and using the same truck that Gail uses for her movie stuff, ends up being the camera guy's, Joel's truck, because he says, "Who broke my window?" And they find poor Randy's body, and they go and tell Sydney and his mom and Randy's mom on the phone, and she's horrified and tries to get Derek away from her, because she doesn't want nothing to happen to him. This is where they start trying to kill both Sydney, Dewey, and Gail, because for a while there's like not a kill for a while, and they try to go after them. Sydney, I don't know if she hallucinates the ghost face in her play, because she sees him, but then he's gone. So I don't know if he's actually there during that there. And then Derek got stabbed at the party, after the party, when they try calling Sydney, and they think that he did it since Billy got stabbed at one moment and got hurt. It's like one of the first. It's like I'm not sure. This is like the only time where the killer doesn't get hurt before they get revealed who they are. Because usually they have them get killed. And I haven't watched the third one in a while, since that one a lot of people don't like. I have to watch that one next year probably. So after they hired 2 cops to protect Sydney, who I guess do the best job they can. Sydney's at a library, I guess, doing homework, and then the one of the killers hacked the computer, saying, "You're gonna die tonight." And then Cotton asks her to get an interview so they can both get money. And she says no. He gets sent to jail for, I guess, harassment or talking too. He says joking, like talking too loud in a library. They didn't have nothing on him, so they let him go. They end up Dewey and Gail point out that 2 of the names on there are people who were either killed last time or something like that. Martin Stevens, I don't remember somebody named him that way, but okay. Or is that supposed to be Sydney's mom? But I thought her name would be Prescott. But okay, whatever. And then they end up having both Sydney and her friend go on the run with the 2 cops. And then the guy ends up the camera guy ends up leaving and giving the tapes to Gail and Dewey. And Dewey and Gail go and watch the tapes to figure out who the killer is. they start making out with each other after he apologizes for being rude. And then we see recordings from the killer's point of view. So those are not my recordings. And then they see the camera right behind Dewey and Gale. Because I think here, at the point they did think about killing Dewey. But since a lot of us love him, they decided, okay, we're going to kill Randy. We're not going to kill him. But they make it look like he died again. And then this whole entire movie, he has a limp because where he got stabbed in the back. It makes him where he can't walk properly. And now he's definitely going to really have a limp because he got stabbed who knows how many times in the back during this part. And Gale, to protect herself, she puts a bookshelf right in front of the door because the killer is going to go after her next, and he can't break the glass because that glass is pretty hard. So she stays in the room until she knows he's gone. And I guess I think this is like Mrs. Loomis that's going after her. Mickey's going after Sydney and kills the 2 cops and her friend. And I don't know how he does a good job pretending to be knocked out or something after they hit the drive the car and right into pillars and impales one of the cops through the eye. And then he pretends to be knocked out. While the girls have to crawl out of him because they're inside of a cop car and they can't get out for the back because the door is so large. Because cop cars, you can't get out. I don't know why they didn't just have them there's a bunch of bricks around there. Why don't you just break the window? Once Sydney's out of the car and not make her friend do the same exact thing that she had to do. But okay. And her friend ends up getting killed. Before this, they kidnap Derek, the beta, and the girls, and tie him to a cross. And I guess since Mickey's there, he ends up making sure that Derek's there, making him afraid to be his partner right in front of Sydney. And Sydney doubts Derek for a little while and not untie him, and poor Derek gets shot by Mickey. And there's him injured all over for this. Then Mrs. Loomis brings out Gale, and this is when Sydney says, "This is Loomis," and then we realize that this is Billy's mom. And then I guess that's supposed to be like a rip on Friday the 13th's first movie, where they made Jason's mom the first killer, and Mickey said he was going to blame the movies, and so Mrs. Loomis says there's not going to be a trial and shoots him. But he doesn't die here because for some reason you have to shoot the killers again because they come back to life in these movies. And then her and Sid and Mickey, before it got falls down to the ground, he shoots Gale and having her be out of the fight. Where now Sydney and Mrs. Loomis have to do a fight, and then Cotton comes in and shoots Mrs. Loomis, and they help Gale up. And Mickey jumps up, and then both Sydney and Gale shoot him, and then the thing's over. And we find out that Dewey survived. Yay! So, yep. And that's how the movie ends, with Gale going with Dewey, and Sydney saying no to an interview and letting Cotton get all the credit of being the hero. And that's how this movie ends. I think it's at least about a 7. I'll do a 7.5. So I did it's fine. So I'll see you guys later. Like, if you're subscribing. Happy Halloween. I don't longer have my Scream shirt, but I'll get another one eventually. So bye bye.